Hi guys, today I'll be reacting to What's in a Barf Jelly Bean, a weird history food. Now, I don't know what would even be in a barf jelly bean. Like, I don't know, maybe it's like a type of food that tastes like barf, or maybe it's just like flavoring of something gross. Because I tried it before the Bean Boozled Challenge with my aunt. So let's find out, let's see.
Barf-flavored Jelly Belly? Well, did you ever wonder why there's a barf-flavored Jelly Belly? Or booger-flavored? Or earwax-flavored? Or, hope you aren't eating during this. Counterintuitive as it may seem, the iconic jelly bean brand, Jelly Belly, is just giving the people what they want. It just so happens that what the people want is pretty gross. So, today, we're puckering up for the sweet to sour history of Jelly Belly. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, leave a comment and let us know what other candies you would like to hear about. Okay, time for a story about some magic beans. In 1869, Gustav Görlitz started a confectionery company in Belleville, Illinois, which he imaginatively called the Gustav Görlitz Confectionery Company. Things took off for Görlitz. But he was wiped out by the economic panic of 1893 and had to sell the business to cover his debts. He died in 1901 at the age of 55. Dolph restarted the business once the candy market came back. That restarted business finally hit its stride when it started producing mellow creme candies, primarily made from corn syrup, honey, carnauba wax, chocolate, and sugar. You're probably most familiar with them in the form that became a big success for Görlitz, candy corn. The highly successful...
I don't know why people hate candy corn so much. I actually like candy corn. I know I look like I eat everything, but I like candy corn. It's underrated.
Endeavor soon had factories in Cincinnati and Chicago. Inspired by the success Adolf was having, Gustav's other son, Hermann, headed to Oakland, California. And in 1922, he founded the Hermann Görlitz Candy Company. Now, starting a competing business sounds like a crappy thing to do to your brother. But in those days, the candy industry was regional, so they weren't really in competition at all. No succession-esque rivalries here. Fast forward to 1959, and Hermann's grandson, Hermann Rowland Sr., took over his granddad's company, adding a few new products to his line, including jelly beans. Then, in 1965, he started making a new type of miniature jelly bean that had a flavored shell and center. Both were unusual for the time, and they made for an exceptionally tasty treat.
That's how the jelly bean.
In 1976, candy and nut distributor David Klein.
I remember going to the Jelly Belly factory. I think on a school field trip. It was that was good. They had like a Cosmo flavored one. They had like a martini flavored one that tasted great.
Stood on the shoulders of jelly bean giants and developed a new version of the Görlitz Mini Jelly Bean using natural flavors. Klein partnered up with Görlitz to mass produce his creation, which he named Jelly Belly, in honor of blues musician Puddy William Ledbetter, famously known as Lead Belly. The first 8 flavors were cream soda, grape, green apple, lemon, licorice, root beer, tangerine, and berry cherry. Klein began by selling them out of Fosselman's Ice Cream Parlor in Alhambra, California. After a successful publicity stunt in which he hired people to wait in line to buy Jelly Bellies and tipped off the press, he became famous alongside his beans, even appearing on late-night shows as Mr. Jelly Belly. Being Mr. Jelly Belly does sound like a lot of fun, but what sounds like more fun is being rich beyond your wildest dreams. To that end, Klein sold his interest in Jelly Belly to the Görlitz Company in 1980 for about $5 million, around $18 million in 2024. That's pretty sweet. Once Klein was gone, the company introduced 2024.
18 million? That's crazy.
That's pretty sweet. Once Klein was gone, the company introduced their own Mr. Jelly Belly, an anthropomorphized jelly bean, wearing nothing but shoes, gloves, and a chef's hat. So, wait, does that mean he's cooking his friends? What are the rules here, Mr. Jelly Belly?
Yeah.
Hi,
He's a
we're
cannibal.
visible. We're the wireless company with nothing to hide. Seriously, hidden fees?
Before he was president of the United States, Ronald Reagan was governor of California. Before he was governor of California, Ronald Reagan smoked pipes, but he decided he needed to nix the habit. That's where the jelly beans come in. Rowland heard about Reagan's struggle with tobacco and had some mini jelly beans sent over to the future 40th president. The result was that right around 1966, Reagan got over his tobacco addiction and became addicted to mini jelly beans instead. By 1973, he was writing the manufacture.
You gotta fight a alcohol addiction with jelly beans. That's yeah. Fighting drugs with obesity. Yeah, that sounds good.
Letters to personally tell them that it's gotten to the point where we can hardly start a meeting or make a decision without passing around a jar of jelly beans. We owe you a special measure of thanks for helping keep our state.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ronald Reagan's addiction to jelly beans was one the former movie star would take with him all the way to the presidency. And if you guessed Reagan's endorsement was good for business, you guessed right. According to the New York Times, in 1980, just 1 year after the public found out that Reagan was hooked on the stuff, Jelly Belly became a global name, and sales doubled from $8 to $16 million a year. Once he secured the White House, Reagan had, we kid you not, 7,000 pounds of jelly beans shipped in for his 1981 inauguration. They were produced as a gift from Rowland.
You know what they could have did? They could have made like his like a portrait of him out of the jelly beans, like different colors, like different colors of like a picture of him, and like make like a huge like jelly bean thing with like his portrait. He would love it. He'd probably lick it clean.
Who even had a special blueberry flavor manufactured so the beans could be red, white, and blue. By the end of Reagan's presidency, Jelly Belly had shipped the man an astounding 3.5 tons of their product. Hopefully not all at once. 2001 was a great movie and a great year for Jelly Belly. It was the year that the two Gurlitz candy companies finally merged into one, the Jelly Belly Candy Company. At the time, the company was careful to clarify that they'd still be making candy corn and the roughly 100 or so other candies they were currently selling. Nonetheless, not everyone was happy corn and the roughly
tarantula, gummy, pet dinosaur, pet gator, and then they have a sour rat, pet rat candy.
The candies they were currently selling. Nonetheless, not everyone was happy about the change. The Gurlitz name had survived for over 100 years, and tossing it struck some as disrespectful. But Jelly Bellies constituted so much of the company.
In my opinion, I like the name Jelly Belly more than gullet. A gullet is like your neck. Like when someone's like, "Oh, shove it down your gullet." That's your neck. So I don't get why people are mad that gullet was removed. A gullet is something you swallow food with. That's disgusting. Jelly Belly sounds way better in my opinion.
These overall business, but they felt the name change was due. It was easy to see why. By 2008, a full 85% of their sales were Jelly Bellies. Speaking of disrespect, in 2022, David Klein, the guy who actually invented
What year was that y'all said that?
By these overall business,
when? Hold on.
Change. The or so other company was careful.
2014. Y'all are crazy.
It was easy to see why. The company's overall business, but they felt the name change was due, and it was easy to see why. By 2008, a full 85% of their sales were Jelly Bellies. Speaking of disrespect, in 2022, David Klein, the guy who actually invented Jelly Bellies, sued the company in federal court. He claimed the Jelly Belly people were trying to rewrite the history and origin of the Jelly Belly jelly bean by portraying him as, and this is a direct legal quote, fake. Jelly Belly countersued Klein for falsely calling himself the...
You better sue, you better get your money. You better get your money. Okay? Okay.
Founder of the Jelly Belly Candy Company, which, as you recall, was created
that's
from
what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
Jelly Belly further argued that Klein
I'm not going to knock him for it, you know.
To bolster a CBD jelly bean business he was starting. As of 2024, the suits have yet to be resolved. Bet you never guessed the jelly bean business was so dramatic. For those of you unfamiliar with the...
That's disgusting. Those jelly beans they had for the Harry Potter, they had like sausage, they had like earwig. That was disgusting. The soap
Harry
one?
Potter universe, Bertie Bott is a wizard confectioner
the soap one was
who accidentally created a line of candies called Every Flavor Beans.
Ugh.
True to their name, the beans come in literally every flavor imaginable, from the delightful to the disgusting. Hogwarts headmaster Albus Dumbledore mentions eating one that tasted like vomit. A consumer never knows what they're going to get, and the risk you might end up eating a bad-tasting one is part of the fun. Allegedly. Thanks to the magic of marketing tie-ins, Birdie Bot's every flavor beans are
Birdie
available to
Bots.
us out here in the real Muggle world. They're made by Jelly Belly, and they come in a variety of flavors wide enough to make the fictional wizard proud. Yes, there are the standards like banana,
yeah,
lemon, and blueberry.
they had the salt and pepper
But there's
one. I
also stuff
remember.
like earthworm, earwax,
Ugh.
and black pepper. So just like in the book, there's a risk
Gross.
with every mouthful.
Who
Speaking
would
of
even
which,
want that?
if you had to
You know what?
turn jelly beans
Some people would probably actually like that, because I know there's a lot of people who like to sniff gasoline, and people who like to those My Strange Addiction. I'll probably react to it like a new episode, but like My Strange Addiction, those people like licking gasoline, like sniffing like dirt, biting concrete. No. So some people would probably actually like it, which is gross. But hey,
into a torture device. How
That's
would
what
you
they
do
like,
it?
that's what they like.
Thinking,
Not gonna
allow
knock
us
them.
to explain Bean
Okay.
Boozled, a line of Jelly Bellies specifically designed to activate your PTSD. You see, Bean Boozled packages jelly beans in identical-looking
ooh,
pairs.
wait a minute. I love the toasted marshmallow one. That one tastes. Oh, the toasted marshmallow one. That one's my favorite. That one tastes amazing. I want like a whole
PTSD.
bag full of
You
them.
see, Bean Boozled packages jelly beans in identical-looking
Stink
pairs.
bug, no.
One is a delicious flavor, the other is a flavor that you'll regret. For example, will that dark brown bean taste like chocolate pudding or dog food?
That's
There's only one way
disgusting.
to know for sure. The first edition
Dog
came out in
food.
2007, and a typical set comes
Yeah,
with
I
10
remember.
pairs. The sixth edition, for example, came with pairs like pomegranate and old bandage,
Red-
peach and
old-
barf,
wait.
and
Old bandage, stink bug, cappuccino or liver and onions, buttered popcorn or rotten egg. Yeah, birthday cake or dirty dishwater. What the? I never had that before. I had the booger one, the smoothie, the berry blue, the peach or barf. I had that before. The tutti frutti. Actually, I was eating a tutti frutti one. I was like, oh, this tastes actually pretty good. And then I started chewing, and I was like, nope, this tastes like feet, and I had to spit it out. Pomegranate didn't have that. Toasted marshmallow, no. Or stink bug, I didn't have that. Liver or onions, no. And buttered popcorn, yeah. Which I don't like either one. Each one tastes gross.
strawberry banana
like the
and
buttered
dead
popcorn
fish.
one.
Hey, Sean Evans,
Tastes
once
disgusting.
Hot Ones is over, we've got a new show for you. The packages are sold with a spinner that turns it into a game. And there's even an app where people can play remotely. And when that whole 2020 quarantine thing hit, people got desperate for entertainment.
Ugh.
And the Bean Boozled challenge really took off.
Disgusting. They taste really
Given the
gross.
existence of Birdie Bot beans and Bean Boozled, you're probably wondering how the people at Jelly Belly know what boogers and vomit taste like.
Right.
Well, kids, get ready to hear about the worst job in the world.
Let's hear it.
Just kidding. No one actually has to taste that stuff. So how do they do it?
Right.
Through the power of smell-o-vision. Seriously? Kind of. The first step is to use a fancy whatchamajigam called a gas chromatograph. It vaporizes the substance in question and analyzes the vapors, converting them from scents into flavor markers. For example, when they wanted to make a stinky socks flavor, they threw some dude's actual stinky socks into the thingamabob, and it spit out a starting point for a formula. Once a jelly bean is made, it's taste tested by
That is disgusting. They put the smell of someone's foot in there. I'm gonna. No, that's disgusting. Y'all need to go to jail. That's disgusting. Oh no.
executives, then tweaked based on
No.
feedback.
Nope.
You have a hard time imagining some executive saying, "This doesn't taste enough like fart." Then know that Herman Rowland himself said,
They might just be an Ice Spice fan. This don't taste enough like fart.
next,
Like. A ghost caught on video. Did you see that? Did you see? Look at VHSs falling down without me even touching them. See? Did you see that? Look at. A ghost caught on camera. Literally knocking over my VHS tapes. Okay, but I was gonna say before the ghost interrupted me. You know how Ice Spice always be talking about, oh, I'm Miss Poopy, like I need a diaper. Girl, she must have a baby fetish. She probably wants to be one of those adult babies. She wants to be one of those adult babies, I bet you. How much money?
Flavor back because he had
You
once
bet? You want to
teased it
bet?
on
She
Meg
wants to be an
and
adult
didn't
baby.
think the bean was bad enough.
I
Of
bet.
course, not everything is quite so calculated.
She want to
The
be
Barf
sucking on the
flavored
diaper
bean, for
somewhere.
example,
Sucking on a
was
binky.
originally
Watch.
intended to taste like pizza. The problem was that everyone thought the cheese flavor tasted like, well, barf. Rather than
That's
waste more money
disgusting.
trying to get it right, they decided to go with a good bad thing when they saw it.
So the pizza jelly bean is actually barf? Oh, that's gross. I mean, the barf one's actually pizza flavored.
Today, Jelly Belly is a global
What kind of-
corporation with distribution.
What kind of pizza were y'all making? I mean, unless you made the DiGiorno with that ranch cream on top, that one was disgusting.
in
Don't
many
recommend it.
countries. At the same time, it's still a family business run by Lisa Rowland Brasher, the great-great-granddaughter of founder Gustav Görlitz. It makes over
Ugh, I don't
100
like that
different
name.
flavors of jelly bean,
Gullet.
the most popular
Ew.
variety of which has been very cherry
Gullet.
since 2003. And it manufactures an eye-popping 1,680 jelly beans per second. That's enough so
Damn.
that a single day's product weighs as much as 24 elephants. And they sell an estimated 15 billion of them a year.
Oh, no.
And conservatively, we'd guess around 10 billion of them are sold to the Ronald Reagan estate. So what do you think?
Who's keeping them in business? Seriously, who's keeping them in business? Because I don't see anyone walking around with some jelly beans in their hand. I see people walking around with like a Coca-Cola or like Pepsi or like a beer maybe, because the neighbors. But I don't see anyone walking around with jelly beans, having jelly beans in their car, eating them. I don't know. Who's keeping them in business? I don't know. But hey, thank you guys for watching. I'll be reacting to new videos. XG, don't worry. XG, yes. If you don't believe me, hold on, wait. Give me a minute. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Hold on, wait. Give me 1 minute. Look, look. Look, look, look. Look at this. Look. Look at this. I got XG's album, New DNA, okay? I'm a fan, okay? I'm a fan. I got their album, New DNA, okay? Got it right here. I'm a fan, okay? And look who else I'm a fan of. Look at this for a minute. Look. Look at. Look at New Jeans' first album and their second one, okay? See, I'll be reacting to New Jeans videos soon, okay? Okay, thank you guys for watching. Bye, have a good day. Mwah.